with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and with him all Jerusalem. Assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written through the prophet, 'And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people, Israel.' Then Herod called the Magi secretly and ascertained from them the time of the star's appearance. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, 'Go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word that I too may go and do him homage.' After their audience with the king, they set out. And behold, the star they had seen at its rising preceded them, until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star, and on entering the house saw the child with Mary, his mother. They prostrated themselves and did him homage. Then they opened his treasures and offered him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed for their country by another way. The Gospel of the Lord. Today is the feast of the Epiphany. Epiphany from the Greek word meaning a manifestation of God. And when God finally decided to manifest himself in our midst by sending his Son, you would think he would have sent him to Rome or to Alexandria or to Athens, to the great centers of culture and learning. But instead he sent him to probably what was the poorest place on the face of the earth, to people who were illiterate, and there God manifested himself. And that same God continues to manifest himself in our midst today. I think the problem is we keep looking in the wrong places. We want miracles, we want apparitions, we want magic things to happen, and that's not how God manifests himself. I spent some time this past week with two good friends, Ken and Marlene Glassmacher. Ken and Marlene have 4 children. Nick, their oldest, is a lawyer. Megan, the next oldest, is a special duty nurse at Annapolis. And then their 2 youngest children, who are in their early 20s, were born with such a strange disease that doctors don't even know the name of it, and so they call it the Glassmacher syndrome. Quite frankly, neither Brian nor Caitlin can do anything for themselves. They've spent their whole life in wheelchairs. They are both deaf and they cannot speak. And yet they're 2 of the most amazing young people I've ever met in my life. Brian just graduated from college with honors. He said to his classmates as a commencement was approaching, "Let me get the commencement speaker for us." And so he sat down and wrote to Tom Ridge, and Tom Ridge went and gave the commencement address. Kaylin was president of her sorority in college. She wrote a book on her struggle in life, and there's not one negative word in the entire book. She's also now graduated from college and does graphic design and does incredible work. If you want to see God manifested in our midst, look in the eyes of those 2 helpless young people, and you will see the wonder of God. If you want to see the wonder of our God manifested in our midst, just look into the eyes of a baby and see those big eyes gazing out at this new world filled with wonder and awe. If you want to see the suffering of Jesus Christ manifest in ourselves, just look in the eyes of a homeless person. God continually manifests himself in our midst. We just need to know where to look and then be still for a moment that we can grasp the enormity of his presence in our lives. Amen.